for the big wedding massacre war has become officially excruciating. However, this still manages to be another wacky, wonderful, and weird chapter of One Piece. From a visual standpoint, this week's chapter of One Piece was just amazing to look at. There are just so many crazy things going on in the backgrounds, and has definitely been one of the hallmarks of the Whole Cake Island arc. That and the fact that we are finally starting to move forward with this big plan to take down Big Mom, with Sanji and Pudding who are finally making their way down the aisle. And because we're on Big Mom's island, we're going to be doing things in a very grandiose fashion. They actually appear riding on Prometheus in a giant teacup, which is oh so fitting, surrounded by all sorts of ridiculous freaks and monsters and all types of weird children that belong to Big Mom. There's a lot of really weird panels in this chapter that I really do appreciate. We also get our very first look at Mother Caramel, who appears to be a completely brand new character. She's basically this old woman taking a drag off of a cigarette, and she seems to be dressed as a nun. It wouldn't be the first time that we've seen a nun in the One Piece series, however, her actual connections to Big Mom are still a pretty big mystery. The implication from Big Mom, of course, is that she is related by family and could very well be the mother of Big Mom, or just a really close friend. The thing is, Big Mom doesn't like talking about this out loud. As soon as one of her underlings begins to talk about Mother Caramel, she immediately freaks out, but then goes back to being really happy when she realizes, oh wait, we're about to have an awesome wedding, lots of gifts are coming my way, and I even have the Tamare Bako, the ultimate treasure from Fishman Island. Just like in the previous chapters, Big Mom has stated that after this wedding, she does plan on opening up this treasure so that everyone can see, but considering that we got this big war that's getting ready to go down, I have a feeling it's not going to be that simple. I especially loved all of the scenes with Capone Beiji and his team in this week's chapter, with them coming up with this grand plan to sneak in, with all the other Straw Hat Pirates who are hanging out inside of his body who are just taking a nap. They've had barely any time to rest, and Jinbei says that he is going to wake them up before things get really serious, but they really need to start waking themselves up and getting frosty, because shit is about to get real here, especially with all of the big names which are appearing, like Perispero and Compote. Just an absolute orgy of weirdness. All these different daughters and sons of Big Mom, they all just look really crazy, and apparently they're all incredibly powerful, so you can guarantee that we're at least going to get some really cool battles out of this arc right here. There's also one scene that I found particularly disturbing, although kind of funny all at the same time. A lot of that having to do with the fact that everything on Whole Cake Island has a face, and that Dor has been watching Capone this entire time, and is starting to put two and two together, and realizing, oh wait, Beiji is up to something and is going to try and take down Big Mom. One of Capone's goons actually comes up and cuts out the face of the door, quite literally turning it into a mask which falls on the ground, and it looks really damned creepy. In a way, he just killed a part of Big Mom's soul, which I think might even be instrumental to even taking her down. Like, there's a possibility that you could actually weaken her, or maybe even empower her when these parts of her souls are actually destroyed. That being said, the final panels of this week's chapter are just a lot of fun. Just all of the different people who are attending the wedding, a lot of which we've never even seen before, like this weird-looking frog guy, this creepy panda girl with one of the most disturbing smiles that I've ever seen. And of course, because everything is starting to pick up and get super exciting, it looks like we're going to be on break in the next chapter of the series. So what's the rundown on this week's chapter of One Piece? I honestly just don't have that much to say about this one. Basically, I'm just waiting for the wedding to kick off at this point. I will say, though, that this was a very visually stimulating chapter, and that's definitely a reason to want to actually check it out. That and to be seeing some of the other sons and daughters of Big Mom, who, like, just look so insane. Like the character of Compote. She looks like some sort of weird, freaky caricature of the Chiquita Banana Woman, and a lot like Big Mom as well. You have characters like Dogtooth as well, and Smoothie, and this other guy by the name of Daifuku. All these crazy characters who I'm sure are going to have some really nutty abilities. No pun intended. I know a lot of these guys have puns on food, but I can't wait to see them in action, and I can't wait to see who is going to be battling who. You also have a lot of scenes with Caesar Clown continuing to basically be dicked around by Capone, which is really fun and very satisfying. He hates the fact that he's still continuously called Caesar, probably still wanting to be known as Gastineau, but also trying to save face so he doesn't look bad in front of Big Mom. He doesn't want to have all the blame thrust upon him, but he has to be prepared for it because he's going to be blasting her at point-blank range with some freaking RPGs with the power of gas, which I think is also going to be really damn fun. I think most people are going to be talking about the Mother Caramel picture in this week's chapter as we finally get a good look at her, and the fact that she's basically brand new, I think is going to shock a lot of people, but I still have a feeling there's going to be a lot of importance to this character. I mean, clearly if Big Mom looks up to her this much and considers her that important, she has to be someone who is very relevant, but we're going to have to wait and see. It's all speculation at this point. Really, though, this chapter was just more of padding out before we get to the big adventure. A great scene between Sanji and Pudding, where Sanji is trying to keep his shit together, although he cannot control his raging libido. He still can't get over the fact that Pudding is a very beautiful woman, and despite the fact that he's a man on a mission, he knows how to admire true beauty. Despite the fact that Pudding, inside her very own head, absolutely wants to kill this guy. I especially love the scene where one half you get to see her calm, sort of fake demeanor, and on the other half, you get to see her true side, which is seething with absolute rage. So, great chapter in terms of the artwork, lots of cool funny moments, and just some amazing build-up. I have a feeling that 2 weeks from now, when we finally get to the next chapter, things are going to get insane, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Otherwise, this was an okay chapter in my humble opinion, but it was still very good to look at, which is exactly why I'm going to give this chapter a 4 out of 5. Check it out, One Piece fans. If any of you guys did read this week's chapter of One Piece, make sure to tell me what you thought about it. What did you think of finally getting to see Mother Caramel? Is she a character that we've actually seen before? Is she someone completely brand new? How is this plan going to go down? Are they actually going to be able to take out Big Mom, or is this just going to turn into a giant battle wedding? What do you hope to see? What type of battles do you want to see? What other pairings do you want to see from this big epic arc? Please tell me in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things One Piece related. Please leave me a comment or two. I'd love to chat with you guys about this week's chapter. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay dandy, baby.